Good evening once again, and welcome to Huge Announcement and Community Q&A Question Part 2, right here at the Australian Labs News Studio at FGAN headquarters. We begin tonight with a question that has generated a surprising amount of discussion within the community. Segment 1. Why did you adhere to Kalo?
This is a great question, and it's one we've seen come up repeatedly across comments and messages. To clarify right away, adding hair to Kalo was a creative and stylistic decision, not replacement of the original character design.
In long-running projects, visual adjustments sometimes help distinguish different timelines, versions, or story contexts. The addition of hair allows us to experiment.
It's also worth noting that this change was community-influenced. Requests like the one from Animals Education helped shape the decision. Viewer input plays a significant role.
Correct. The classic bald Kalo design remains intact and respected. The version with hair exists as an alternate creative interpretation, not a permanent or mandatory change.
Segment 2. What is your favorite episode of Get Ungrounded Trivia 2025? That's a thoughtful question, because each episode has its own strengths. But if I had to choose, my favorite episodes are Episode 1, Episode 7, and Episode 13.
Episode 1 stands out because it marked the official beginning of the 2025 season. It set the tone, introduced the contestants, and established the structure for everything.
The opening episode always carries extra weight, especially for a season as large as 2025.
Exactly. Episode 7 is another favorite because that's where the competition really intensified. Strategies became clearer, and viewers could see which contestants were adapting it.
So those episodes reflect different stages of the season: beginning, growth, and escalation.
That's exactly why they stand out to me. Together, episodes 1, 7, and 13 showcase how Get Ungrounded Trivia 2025 evolved over time.
That gives viewers a clear idea of which episodes define the season.
Absolutely. And for anyone who hasn't seen them yet, those episodes are a great place to start.
Segment 3. What's your opinion on Sweden? That's a very interesting question. Overall, I have a positive opinion of Sweden, especially from a cultural and media perspective. Sweden is well known for its clean production standards, modern design, and structured approach to media, broadcasting, and creative content. These are qualities.
Are there specific aspects that stand out to you?
Yes. Sweden's approach to television presentation, graphics, and public broadcasting is particularly strong. There's a clear balance between professionalism, accessibility.
So your opinion is shaped more by structure and presentation rather than just one area.
Exactly. It's the overall consistency, whether in design, culture, or public-facing services, that makes Sweden stand out to me in a positive way.
That provides a clear and thoughtful perspective.
Thank you. It's a country I respect for how it presents itself and maintains quality across different sectors.
We now move on to segment 4 with another community-requested question. Segment 4. Have you ever seen Annoying Orange when it used to air on Cartoon Network? Yes, I have seen Annoying Orange during the time it aired on Cartoon Network. It was quite a unique show for its era, especially because it originated as online content before transitioning to traditional television. That alone made it stand out. The format, humor style, and pacing were very different from standard Cartoon Network programming, which made it memorable to many viewers.
It definitely had a very distinct tone compared to other shows on the network.
Exactly. Whether people liked it or not, Annoying Orange was recognizable and represented an early example of internet-based content crossing into mainstream television. It showed how digital creators could expand into broadcast media, which is something we see much more commonly today.
So your view is more about its impact rather than just the humor?
That's correct. From a media perspective, it was an interesting moment in television history. We continue with segment 5 and another question submitted by the community. Segment 5. What is your favorite movie to watch on Disney? That's a good question. My favorite Disney movie to watch is Cars. It's a movie that stands out because of its simple but effective storytelling, strong character development, and memorable themes around friendship, growth, and finding purpose.
The animation style and world building also make it very enjoyable to revisit. It's definitely one of those films that appeals to multiple age groups.
Exactly. Cars works well because it's entertaining while still delivering meaningful messages, which is something Disney does very well.
That explains why it remains a favorite.
Yes, it's a classic that still holds up today. Segment 6. What is your most favorite horror movie to watch? Wow, that does sound scary. But yes, I do have favorites when it comes to horror movies. My top choices are Insidious, specifically Insidious 1, Insidious 2, and Insidious 3.
Those films are known more for atmosphere and suspense rather than excessive visuals. They focus a lot on tension and storytelling instead of just jump scares.
Exactly. What I like about the Insidious series is how it builds suspense, mystery, and mood. It relies on sound design, pacing, and story rather than graphic content.
So it's the storytelling aspects that makes those movies stand out for you.
Yes. They're intense, but also well-structured, which is why they're my favorites in the horror genre.
We now move on to segment 7 with another community-requested question. Segment 7. What's your favorite Pokemon Mega Evolution? That's a great question. My favorite Pokemon Mega Evolution is Mega Charizard X. What stands out to me is how different it feels compared to the original form. The Fire and Dragon type combination, along with the darker color scheme, gives it a much strange.
Mega Evolutions were a big change when they were introduced.
Exactly. Mega Charizard X really represents what Mega Evolution was meant to do. Reimagine a familiar Pokemon in a bold way, both in terms of design and battle identity. It feels powerful, unique, and memorable, which is why it remains my top choice.
So it's both the design and the concept behind it that make it your favorite. Yes. It's a perfect example of how Mega Evolution added depth and excitement to Pokemon battles. We now move on to Segment 8, continuing with Pokemon-related questions from the community. Segment 8. Do you play Pokemon Go? No, I don't play Pokemon Go on mobile. Most of my time is dedicated to computer work and video editing, which I do from Monday through Sunday. Managing content creation, editing, and production for all the FGAN projects keeps me fully occupied, so I haven't had the opportunity to play mobile games like Pokemon Go regularly.
So it's not a matter of disinterest, but more about time management and priorities.
Exactly. While I enjoy Pokemon as a franchise, my focus has to remain on producing and editing content for the network and community projects.
That clears up the question for the viewers. We now move into Segment 9 with another gaming-related question from our viewers. Segment 9. Do you have a Nintendo Switch 2? No, I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2.
Is that because of gaming preferences, or something else?
It's mainly due to time priorities. Most of my work is on the PC for video editing and content production, so I dedicate my focus there rather than purchasing new gaming consoles.
That makes sense. So it's not about disliking the console, but managing your workflow and commitments.
Exactly. I still enjoy gaming in general, but when balancing content creation and editing, the PC is far more practical for what I do daily.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Of course. It's important to prioritize production responsibilities, especially with all the ongoing FGAN projects.
We now move into Segment 10 with a detailed question from one of our Pokemon fans. Segment 10. Do you have Pokemon Home, or any of these games, Pokemon Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Legends, Arceus, Scarlet, Violet, or Legends, ZA? Honestly, I'm not familiar with all of these games individually. Most likely, the answer is no, I don't have them.
So it's more about focusing on your current responsibilities?
Exactly. My primary focus is on PC work and video editing, which I do daily to maintain content for FGAN and related projects. Because of that, I don't spend much time acquiring it.
It makes sense. Being productive and keeping up with editing schedules sometimes means not having the opportunity to play every game, no matter how popular. So this isn't about disliking the games, just about prioritizing work.
Exactly. Pokemon is a great franchise, but I need to stay focused on content production and editing responsibilities.
Moving on to segment 11, we have another community-submitted question, this time from the world of mobile gaming. Segment 11. What's your favorite cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom? That's a fun question. My favorite cookie is Night Cookie.
What makes Night Cookie stand out for you?
There are several reasons. First, the design is very striking, with the armor and heroic theme making it memorable. Second, in terms of gameplay, Night Cookie is versatile.
So it's a combination of visual appeal and practical utility in-game that makes it your favorite.
Exactly. Night Cookie has personality, style, and effectiveness, which is a rare combination. It's always interesting to hear why players and content creators favor certain characters. Yes, and it's fun to see how personal preferences reflect both design and gameplay.
We now move on to segment 12, featuring another community question. Segment 12. What's your favorite jewel pet? That's a delightful question. My favorite jewel pet is Ruby, the cheerful and bright rabbit.
What makes Ruby stand out compared to the others?
Ruby stands out because of her positive personality, her vibrant design, and her sense of adventure. She represents the qualities I enjoy most in the series: friendship.
It's always fun when a character balances both personality and appealing design.
Exactly. Ruby is both iconic and relatable, which makes her a favorite not only for fans but also for creators who appreciate character design and story integration.
So it's about a combination of personality and design that makes Ruby your top choice.
Yes, and she's just fun to watch in any episode.
Segment 13 brings us another Pokemon-related question from the community. Segment 13. Are you excited for Pokemon Champions? The new Pokemon game will be released in 2026. Which month? Absolutely. I'm very excited for Pokemon Champions. While the exact release month hasn't been officially confirmed yet, early indications suggest it will likely be mid-2026.
So there's plenty to look forward to, both in gameplay and storyline.
Yes. Pokemon Champions promises new adventures, new mechanics, and an updated world for trainers. It's shaping up to be an exciting experience for longtime fans and new players.
Even though the exact month isn't confirmed, the anticipation is part of the fun. We can follow announcements throughout early 2026 to catch the official release date.
Definitely. Preparing for a major Pokemon release is always thrilling, and it's exciting to see how it will influence competitive play, in-game events, and streaming content.
We now move into segment 14 with another question from the Pokemon community. Segment 14. Are you excited for Pokemon Geo World Tour 2026? Yes, I'm definitely excited for Pokemon Geo World Tour 2026. Even though I don't regularly play Pokemon Geo, events like this are always interesting.
So it's more about the global experience than just playing the game?
Exactly. The Pokemon Geo World Tour offers a chance to connect with other trainers globally, see special event Pokemon, and participate in seasonal challenges. It's the community.
It's also a great way for fans to share experiences and celebrate the franchise together.
Right. So even if I don't actively play the game every day, the World Tour is something to look forward to because of its scale and unique events.
We now move into segment 15 with a question from one of our viewers about a very popular animated film series. Segment 15. What was your favorite character from Inside Out and Inside Out 2? That's a fantastic question. There are so many memorable characters across both films. Personally, my favorites are joy, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, anxiety, envy, unease, embarrassment, and nostalgia.
And what about the human characters?
I also really like Riley Anderson, Bree Young, and Grace Xia. Each character contributes in unique ways to the story and emotional journey, making the movies.
It's interesting how both the emotions and the human characters connect with audiences on different levels. They show how feelings interact and affect real-life decisions.
Exactly. That's why I enjoy such a large selection of characters. Each one brings personality, humor, and insight, which makes the story rich and relatable.
It sounds like you appreciate both the emotional and human sides of the story.
Definitely. Both aspects work together to make the Inside Out films memorable and enjoyable for viewers of all ages.
We now move into segment 16 with a question about subscriber milestones and goals from one of our viewers. Segment 16. What's your sub goal? That's an important topic for any content creator. My minor goal is to reach 3,000 subscribers, which I expect to achieve in just a few months.
And your major goal?
My major goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers, which will be much more challenging and will likely take a few years. But it's a goal I'm committed to, and I'm excited to continue.
It's great to see both short-term and long-term goals. They provide motivation while keeping realistic expectations.
Exactly. Milestones help track growth and give the community something to celebrate along the way. We now move into segment 17 with a question from another viewer about future channel plans. Segment 17. When will you make a new channel? That's a thoughtful question. First, to provide some context about my current channel, my main channel, First Galaxy Australian 2K10 Official, was created on Sunday, July 11, 2021. As for a new channel, there are always ideas and concepts discussed internally, but at this time there isn't a confirmed launch date set for any new channel. My current focus remains on producing content for the existing channel, building its community, consistency, and quality output. If and when plans for a new channel are finalized.
So while a new channel isn't out of the question, it's not scheduled yet.
Correct. Priority is on strengthening what's already established and making sure each project meets a high level of quality before expanding further.
That's a practical approach. Focus on the present before moving on to new ventures.
Thank you for clarifying that for our viewers.
Absolutely. It's all about steady growth and long-term planning. We now move into segment 18, which is the last real community question for today's session. Segment 18. Will you create a channel called FGA Previous, FGA Previous Present, and FGA Previous On Demand? That's just my favorite idea.
Thank you for the suggestion. While those ideas are creative, we won't be creating those channels. We already have a wide variety of fan-made streaming platforms and channels under the FGAN umbrella. These include streaming platforms, FGAN Next, FGAN Next Premium, FGAN Next Ultra, FGAN Next General, fan-made channels, FGAN Premiere, FGAN Variety, FGAN Vision, FGAN Traditional, FGAN Devotions, FGAN Arena, FGAN Magic, FGAN Warden, and FGAN DaVinci.
FGAN DaVinci is the newest edition, correct?
Yes, FGAN DaVinci is the new fan-made channel from the FGAN brand. It's a fan-made concept, part of the expanded network, but not an official primary channel.
So the existing fan-made channels and platforms already cover a wide range of content, and additional previous channels aren't necessary at this time.
Exactly. The network is already robust, and the fan-made channels provide plenty of variety and opportunities for community engagement.
That concludes segment 18, and effectively wraps up our real community question segment for tonight.
Yes. Thank you again to everyone who submitted questions, and we appreciate your creativity and enthusiasm. Our last two segments are fictional communities segment 19 and 20. We now move into segment 19, which features a fictional community question. Please remember, this segment is for fictional purposes only and isn't based on real user submissions. Segment 19. When is the Get Ungrounded Trivia 2025 final? Yes. The Get Ungrounded Trivia 2025 final will take place during week 18, which is sometime in February 2026. The final episode is scheduled for Sunday morning in local Aust time, and for viewers in the United States, it will air on Saturday night, allowing everyone.
So fans can plan to watch live and follow all the final eliminations and announcements.
Exactly. Week 18 will be the culmination of all the hard work and competition from the season, and we hope everyone enjoys it fully.
It's always exciting when a season reaches its finale, especially a long and competitive one like Get Ungrounded Trivia 2025.
That wraps up segment 19. Coming up next is our final segment for today, featuring reflections on 2025 and end-of-year thoughts.
We've now reached segment 20, the final segment of tonight's program. This last segment features another fictional community question for creative purposes. Segment 20. What are your 2026 New Year resolutions? Thank you for the question. Looking ahead to 2026, there are several resolutions and goals to focus on. 1. Expanding creative projects, continuing to develop content for Afghan networks, fan-made channels, and special series. 2. Improving technical skills, learning new video editing techniques, graphics, and production tools to enhance quality. 3. Engaging with the community, creating more interactive opportunities for viewers, including live Q&A sessions, polls, and fan collaborations. 4. Balancing work and creativity, making sure content production remains consistent without compromising innovation or fun. So the emphasis is on growth, creativity, and community engagement. Exactly. 2026 is an exciting opportunity to explore new ideas, improve what we've already built, and give the audience more content they love.
It's also a chance for reflection and planning. By setting resolutions and goals, we can make sure the upcoming year is productive, entertaining, and memorable for everyone involved.
That wraps up the 20-segment ultra-long broadcast for Huge Announcement, Community Q&A Question, Part 2, Pre-Recap 2025. Thank you again to all viewers who submitted questions. We hope everyone enjoyed the discussion, insights, and community interaction.
And we look forward to seeing you for the Year Review 2025 Mainstream Recap, airing Sunday, December 28, 2025, to close out the year. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is First Galaxy Australian 2K10 official and James Wanderns 13, signing off from the Australian Lads News Studio at FGAN headquarters.